Hey friends in beauty, if you're a professional makeup artist or beauty pro who is tired of juggling multiple tools to run your business, I got great news for you. Beauty Pro Funnels is here to simplify your life and take your business to the next level. Unlike other platforms like Wix, Squarespace, or Acuity, Beauty Pro Funnels was created by a makeup artist for makeup artists. This is the world's first all-in-one software that helps you book clients, sell your products, and even launch courses all in one place. No need for separate subscriptions that drain your wallet or tools that don't speak your language as a beauty pro. With Beauty Pro Funnels, you're not just getting another booking tool. You're unlocking the ability to create multiple revenue streams, so whether you're behind the chair or not, you're making money. Imagine accepting bookings, selling your beauty products, and offering courses all without the stress of managing separate systems. That could be a big headache. Let me break it down to you one more time. Your website, build it on Beauty Pro Funnels. Your portfolio, build it on Beauty Pro Funnels. Your booking site, build it on Beauty Pro Funnels. And your e-commerce site, host it in Beauty Pro Funnels. Want to offer beauty courses or digital products? You can sell them inside of Beauty Pro Funnels, and you'll be able to send invoices, digital contracts, newsletters, and do all of your marketing directly from your Beauty Pro Funnels account. It's mind-blowing. Listen, you're going to save hundreds of dollars every single month by replacing over 10 platforms when you make the switch to Beauty Pro Funnels like Wix, Squarespace, Acuity, WordPress, Vagaro, Honeybooks, 17 Hats, Dubsado, MailChimp, Klaviyo, Kajabi, DocuSign, even Shopify. It's crazy. I know you got at least one of those. And here's the best part. Tayana and her team spent over a year building plug-and-play templates into your account for pretty much everything, so you never have to start from scratch at all. So all of your appointment confirmations, reminders, and payment reminders and stuff like that for your clients, they have already been written out for you. You can even gather reviews and referrals all on autopilot. You'll free up so many hours of time each week so you can focus on what you love, your artistry. Plus, with their mobile app, you can manage your entire business from the palm of your hand. Send invoices, schedule appointments, and even take payments on the go. I believe in Beauty Pro Funnels so much that I recently moved the Friends of Beauty site to Beauty Pro Funnels, and I am loving it. It's a game changer because it's not just a platform. I swear it is like having your personal business assistant designed specifically for makeup artists and beauty pros like you. So here's the deal. If you want to see what all the hype is about, visit getbeautyprofunnels.com/friends to get a personalized tour and see how Beauty Pro Funnels can transform your business today. That's getbeautyprofunnels.com/friends because you deserve the best tool for your beauty business.
It has nothing to do with posting on social media. So if you have been struggling with content or you've been fighting the algorithm on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, wherever you are, let me put you at ease and tell you it has nothing to do with social media, and it has everything to do with the effort that you're going to put forth. You're going to be in control of this somewhat. You're not in control of what happens on social media, but this you're going to be in control of. So the fastest and simplest way to get new clients is actually...
Welcome to the Friends in Beauty podcast, a safe space for ambitious beauty industry creatives to have real talk, get authentic answers, and practical tools to grow their businesses. Join me every week as me and my special guest reveal the keys to longevity and success in the beauty industry, from the ups and downs of their journey to the nitty-gritty of their struggles and triumphs. We're spilling the tea on it all, and most importantly, having fun while doing it. You ready?
Hey, what's up? It's your best friend in beauty here, Akua Robinson. Welcome back to another episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast. I am so happy to have you here, and I hope you're listening to this episode in high spirits and in good health. Now, on today's episode, I'm super excited to talk to you about something that I get asked about all the time from my students, from new makeup artists, from industry peers, and it is just how to get new clients, y'all. If you are a makeup artist and you've been struggling with getting new clients, definitely tap in and tune in. And if you have any friends who have been struggling or have been talking about the same thing, definitely send them this episode. So today we're going to be talking about the fastest and simplest way to get new clients as a makeup artist. And quite honestly, it probably is something that other friends in beauty can do, but since I'm a makeup artist, I'm going to tell you exactly what I did in the beginning and anytime that I wanted to ramp things up to get new clients, okay? So, first things first, it has nothing to do with posting on social media. So if you have been struggling with content or you've been fighting the algorithm on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, wherever you are, let me put you at ease and tell you it has nothing to do with social media. And it has everything to do with the effort that you're going to put forth. You're going to be in control of this somewhat. You're not in control of what happens on social media, but this you're going to be in control of. So the fastest and simplest way to get new clients is actually networking. Okay. You knew I was going to say it. You knew I was going to say it. Okay. It's actually networking. And please do not click away because you heard me say the word networking and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to have to go out there and talk to people now. That's what she want me to do. Please don't click away. Hear me out, okay? Hear me out. You've probably heard me say plenty of times, if you've been tuned into me for a while, that networking has literally been the catalyst to every major opportunity that I have gotten as a makeup artist, to working with I have amazing clients. Oh my gosh. My clients are like freaking bosses. They're like CEOs, they're doctors, entrepreneurs, lawyers, like astronauts, like people that work for NASA. They might not be astronauts. I might be exaggerating, but work for NASA. Like I have very high profile clientele, and it literally has all come from networking. All the amazing things, the shows and stuff that I've gotten to work on, those would be considered clients, working for shows and things like that have all come from networking, y'all. So I actually put together a free guide called 13 Ways to Grow Your Clientele. And networking is one of the things that I touch on in the guide, but I wanted to do an episode about it because I want to go a little bit deeper. I will definitely share with you at the end of this episode how you can get your free copy of the 13 Ways to Grow Your Clientele. But, networking is, I just feel like one of those things that is truly undervalued and overlooked when it comes to growing your clientele or just the success of your business in general. I just feel like people know that you need to network, but they don't do it or they don't take it as seriously as they should. And I'm talking about being intentional with networking. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it in a second. But networking is super important because trust and referrals are a real thing. I still get referrals to this day for new people, but people do business with people that they know, like, and trust. Okay. So when you build a network, you build relationships that can lead to direct referrals and repeat business. Another thing is just word of mouth. Word of mouth is still a thing. Okay. When you have happy clients or if you have industry peers, they're more likely to recommend you and because they know, like, and trust you, they're more likely to, recommend you with word of mouth to people who they already work with or people they might be keeping their ear to the streets. I'm like, oh yeah, let me call on, Jessica or Akua or whoever, let me call on them. And it will eventually lead to a steady flow of clients. And then, that opportunities come from other people. So whether it's a collaboration, a client referral, a high profile gig, like networking opens doors that social media can't do just alone. Okay. So opportunities come from people. And when I say literally all the major opportunities I've gotten, it's come from other people. It's come from networking. It's come from the relationships that I built. So I want to talk about networking intentionally in two different ways. So the first way is networking with your industry peers. So this is one of the things that really projected me really quickly when I first started doing makeup. I've been doing makeup for 12 years. And when I first became a makeup artist, I literally did not know any other makeup artists. I didn't. I'm over here thinking like I did not know any. I knew of people who kind of dibbled and dabbled, but nobody was doing it at a certain level. It was like a hobby. I can't even say a side hustle. It was more like a hobby for them. So I didn't even know any other makeup artists. So I had to go and find them, right? So it's important to network with people in your industry because when they're not available, like we just talked about, they can refer you. They can refer you to so many amazing things when they know, like, and trust you. But one of the things that I did at first was my makeup teacher at the time, she had a connection at a photography studio, and she invited some of us, like most of her students, to come and, start to build our portfolio because the studio owner was looking for makeup artists. So some of us would go there and, do photo shoots and stuff like that for free. But because it was a photo studio, it had like one big room, but within that room, it had like different setups. Other photographers used to come there all the time to shoot. So I may be working with one photographer in particular, but when they see that makeup that you do, the other photographers see that makeup that you do, they're like, oh, like she's pretty good. I might need to, use her for my next shoot and everything like that. So that's one way that I quickly started to network with my peers is building relationships within that studio. Other makeup artists would be there, other photographers would be there, models would be there. Models do other shoots. They may need another makeup artist. Photographers do shoots and their makeup artists may cancel. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. So building relationships with other people in the industry definitely led to me getting hired by, now this photographer wants to actually hire me and pay, or this photographer now has a client that booked them to do photography, but they need a makeup artist. You know what I'm saying? So building relationships with photographers is a real big hack because they normally have clients that need makeup because they want their photography work to come out a certain way. So most times they don't feel confident in just letting the client do their own makeup. They will want like a professional. So that's a hack. Also, attending events, networking events, trade shows, makeup classes, workshops, and things like that was another way that I started to build my network within, with my peers, seeking out events where just other beauty professionals were going to be. Because, like I said, there was no one that I really knew aside from like my teacher and the people that she brought in to, speak to us. So I would literally be on the bus, and there wasn't a lot of stuff going on in DC at the time either until Friends and Beauty and some other stuff started going on. So I literally used to be back and forth on the bus. I live 4 hours away from New York. So I would be back and forth on the Chinese bus, the mega bus, okay, back and forth to New York, going to like the powder group events and things like that. Powder group was a summer school, and my mentor Morel, he used to have these beauty brunches in the summertime, going up there and just hanging out and networking. And also it's like a those brunches were like fun times. So it's not even like we were in there trying to like pass out your business cards. It's just all about genuinely having fun and just kicking it. And then you connect with somebody, they happen to be a makeup artist. It was things like that. So definitely get out there. Don't be shy about reaching out to if you see somebody, even though I said this is not about social media, but if you do see somebody on social media, don't be afraid to reach out to them and start a relationship. Maybe y'all can link up in person or, whatever. Make sure you're engaging with their content, all that stuff. But this is really about going out and being proactive about seeking out those relationships and building those relationships. And then over time, as they start to progress, amazing things start to happen. Sometimes even makeup artists need teams. It's things that we can't do alone. So you building those relationships or, being in that person's ecosystem now, you have a higher chance of, getting called on for things. So networking with my peers has just led to amazing, amazing opportunities. Someone even asked me the other day, it was a non-makeup artist, but they asked me how I got to work on the Real Housewives of Potomac. So if you don't know, I had worked on a few seasons of The Real Housewives of Potomac with Ashley Darby, and I actually got that job. It wasn't because I saw Bravo post something on Instagram saying they were looking for makeup artists. It wasn't because Ashley Darby herself said she was looking for a new makeup artist. It was her existing makeup artist at the time who could not do the job. I think she was like traveling to Nigeria or something like that. And she was overseas and they had to film like the confessionals and everything like that. And this is when Ashley was pregnant with her first baby. He's a big boy now. So she called on me because we had, worked together a couple of times and we weren't even like close. That's the crazy thing. We had probably seen each other in person maybe twice, but I had been following her on social media before we did get the opportunity to do an event together where we were panelists. And she asked me to do Ashley's makeup. Ashley liked me. I did a good job. And from then on, every now and then she would call on me to, do things for the show. So you just never know who you meet because just like you're building your career, they're building their career too. And we can't do everything. So I would encourage you to really, really get out there and start networking and building your network or your roster with other makeup artists, other beauty professionals, hairstylists, photographers, models, things like that. All right. The second way that I want you to be intentional about networking, which is something that a lot of people don't talk about, is going into the places where your clients are going to be. Networking or putting yourself in the rooms where your dream client, your ideal client is going to be. And this is going to take some work on your part as far as figuring out who it is that you want to work with. I literally just got off of doing a podcast interview with Terrence Davison. He's a hairstylist, but even he's been doing hair for 30 years. And even he talked about how when he made the decision that he wanted to work with celebrities or a higher profile client, he will go to like industry parties to kind of like hang out. So you have to go into the places if you can. Okay, I don't know how they do things now, but you have to go into the places where your client is going to be. It might not be a celebrity, but if you know that you want to work with a particular type of woman, you have to do the work of, creating that ideal client profile, figuring out who they are, what they like, what they do. And from that, you can kind of figure out what kind of places would they normally hang out at. Are they hanging out at the strip club or are they hanging out at like a high profile hotel bar? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Are they like soccer moms or are they going to be in a museum? I don't know. But whatever it is, okay, you have to be intentional about being in their space. So just attending the right events. If you're an ideal client, if you're a bridal artist, you need to be going to bridal expos. Okay? If you're trying to work with fashion brands or anything like that, you need to be going to fashion shows, corporate networking events, wellness retreats, influencer meetups. It just depends on who you're looking for. Even if you go to the gym and stuff like that, join local community groups, and it's about engaging naturally. You know what you came there for. You're being intentional about being in the space, but it's not necessarily for you to go and be like, "Oh, start selling, like, here's my business card. I'm a makeup artist." Like, just be present. Just be present, build the connections, and share your expertise when it fits. It may come up in conversation like, "Oh, people always want to know what you do." "I'm a makeup artist." "Oh, really?" "Yeah, girls, if you ever need your makeup done, holler at me." Yeah. And like regular everyday women, it depends on what they're doing. They don't always need their makeup done. It's not something that they do all the time. So don't be discouraged if they don't reach out to you like next week. You know what I'm saying? Like most everyday women, they only get their makeup done for special occasions, maybe a birthday or somebody else's birthday, or they don't just get their makeup done as regularly as someone like now my clients, the type of clients I have because they are CEOs and like own their own companies. One of my favorite clients is like the vice president or president. Is she the vice president or president? I feel like she's the president of this nonprofit. So she has to do a lot of events, whether it's going to speak on panels. She travels, so sometimes she takes me with her when she travels. I get flued out, you know what I'm saying? So she gets her makeup done a little bit more often than just like a regular, woman who may not be attending events. So, like I said, just be intentional about speaking up, like going into those spaces and just seeing who you connect with, letting them know what you do. You don't have to be pushy, just putting a little buzz out there. And one thing that I've done too is sometimes when I'm in or one time I was in the beauty supply store, I saw this lady like looking at lashes. I was looking at lashes too, and she just happened to ask, like, anything I was like, oh yeah, I'm a makeup artist. Like I can help you with the lashes. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, you just gotta be a little bold, and she asked for my Instagram after that. So whether or not, she reaches out, that's up to her. But she's a regular woman. She might not need me until like 5 years from now. But if she comes across somebody that needs a makeup artist, she be like, oh yeah, I met this nice girl in the beauty supply store. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to definitely take a mindset shift. So if you are not somebody who is just naturally extroverted or naturally knows how to strike up a conversation with somebody, definitely let me know in the comments wherever you're watching this if you need some conversation starters that don't seem like weird and awkward and everything like that. But networking isn't about pitching yourself, it's about making genuine connections. So if you're not connecting with someone genuinely, don't force it. Like please don't force it. Don't force it at all. Um if you are an introvert, maybe start with a one-on-one conversation, one-on-one connections, practice your introduction a little bit. Yeah, practice your introduction a little bit. And then following up is key. Like if you do happen to meet somebody in person and then you all exchange maybe social medias and stuff like that, you start to bring it over to social media to keep in contact. Following up is so important because especially if you're at an event in particular and you meet somebody, you're meeting so many people. So it's so important to follow up and just say like, hey, nice meeting you. Give them a little reminder of what you talked about. And then that could really solidify a relationship for sure. So I hope that makes sense. Like I said, this is the fastest and simplest way. I didn't say it was easy. It's simple. I won't say it's easy because it does take some effort and it takes some level of comfort and shifting your mindset. Like I said, if you're not naturally that person who can do this, but it is worth it and it works. It works. Like you are in control of this. So it's about how often you go out. It's about how many connections you're making when you do go out. I've even been sitting beside someone at a bar. Okay, not a bar. It was like a bar slash, it was a restaurant, but I was sitting at the bar. That's what it was. It was a restaurant. I was sitting at the bar and happened to strike up a conversation with the guy who was sitting next to me. He happened to be all about grants, like living off of grants, had opened up a museum here in DC for children, like just killing it. And we till this day, this is probably 2 years ago, but till this day, he still comments on my posts. I've gone to some of his events to support him and everything like that. So you just literally never know who's in your proximity. And it was a genuine connection. It was very genuine. It wasn't anything that was weird about it. It was genuine. Like if our conversation felt a little off, we probably would have just turned, okay, nice meeting you, and kept it. But it was a genuine connection. So if you feel the vibe from somebody, if you feel the vibe, you talk to them like, I would love for that. I would love to do their makeup. And sometimes too, especially if you are new, because I was telling I'm bringing this up too because I just finished a few weeks ago with my latest set of students at Bennett in their makeup one-on-one class. And of course, when they leave, they're like, how do I get clients? You got to network. Okay. You literally have to just put yourself in the spaces, in the ecosystem and everything like that. So that's what I did. That's what continues to happen to me. But I'm at the point now because of the relationships I have built over the years, especially in the beginning, and being consistent, people see that I'm still around and everything like that. The relationships I had built in the beginning still bring me referrals to this day. So right now I'm at a point where, and I hope you get here too, where I'm not seeking out new clients. I don't necessarily want new clients. Like if they come, then that's great. But I'm totally happy with the people that continue to come back around every few months, and they all had their own intervals where it keeps me busy enough. I'm not at a place where I want to have 15 clients in a week. That's just not where I am. And I think my rate, that's another thing that we could talk about. Let me know if we want to talk about rates one day. But my rate is also at a point where I don't have to do 15 clients just to see some money. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that we probably can talk about. Let me know in the comments if you want to talk about rates. But yeah, y'all, you gotta get out here and network. I don't know what you thought I was gonna say. If you know me, you know I was gonna tell you to go out there and make some connections in person. Um, Definitely, I'm going to leave a link down below or a QR code on the screen if you're watching on YouTube for you to get your free copy of the 13 Ways to Grow Your Clientele. If you're listening to this, I will leave it down in the show notes or the description. And it's just really the more people who know about you and your talent, the more opportunities will come your way. So it really is, I really want you to be intentional about starting to build your network. Think about the people that you want to have around you, the type of clients you want to serve, and start building that out. And then referrals will keep you busy for the rest of your career. I'm telling you, I'm still eating off of relationships that I have made, I don't know how long ago, okay? So the fastest and simplest, I won't say easy, the fastest and simplest way to grow your clientele is through networking, y'all. All right. I would love to hear your feedback. Let me know how you feel about networking. Let me know, like I said, if you need any conversation starters. Let me know if we need to talk about rates as a next thing. But yeah, let me know what you thought about this episode. Leave a comment. Let's talk. Let's engage. Okay. Like, let's do this. Okay. So I'm really rooting for you. This is a great time to really get out and do this because it is warming up. We're in spring now. There are a lot of events that are popping up now. We're going to the Makeup Show New York, May 4th. Friends of Beauty is going to the Makeup Show New York. That is another way to connect with a lot of beauty professionals, brand owners, um, hairstylists sometime come. Like that's like a playground for us. So get in the room, be yourself. Nobody's telling you to be anything different. Be yourself. Even if you're awkward, go ahead, be awkward with the next person beside you. If you're an introvert, nobody's telling you to be the brightest star in the room, okay? But this is a great time to really start to put some of these things into play. So getting into the room with people who are in the industry and getting into the room with people who you actually want to work with. All right. So I hope that this episode was helpful. You are in control of this. So go out there and get some results and let me know how you do. All right. Thanks for tuning in, and I will talk to you in another episode. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Friends in Beauty podcast. Don't forget, sharing is caring. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with another friend in beauty. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe, rate, and leave a 5-star review so that other friends in beauty can find the show. Plus, we'd love to hear your feedback. Connect with us on all social media platforms at Friends in Beauty, #Friends in Beauty to join the conversation, and join our Friends in Beauty Facebook community to stay connected. Talk to you soon.